So last week I was able to make a very useful shader for metal and rust, and this is how I made it. So I started with the Principal BSDF, and after tweaking a while, having fun, I added in a Musgrave texture so that I could add a bit more character to the roughness. So I tweaked the roughness, and after a while I decided to add in a Musgrave texture and a mix shader in order to mix the two. It looked really well. So to mix this a bit more properly, I used a noise texture with a color ramp so that I can control it a lot better, and it was really easy to use. But add more color ramp, add more control. So I continued editing the textures a bit more, add in a bit more character, control the color ramps, and later on I've added in the noise texture to the Musgrave, which it helps break up the Musgrave texture. Just added more detail and roughness and tweaked the model a bit more. Now I wanted to add in a bit more character and shape, so I've plopped in a bump map, took a Musgrave and did the same thing as the other nodes. I just put in a Musgrave for the cracks and bumps, and yeah, look great, but not so well. It's too clean, so I've added in a noise texture, plopped it, connected it to the Musgrave, and yeah, it looks great. I tweaked the settings a bit until I got something that I was satisfied with. It was very easy. So earlier on I just wanted to make a red box with a rust texture, but later on I decided to make it so that every time you duplicate the box, vending machine, whatever, it would generate a different color and different rust. Next I've added in an object info node, and I connected that to the white noise of the textures so that I could get a different seed for every value. So make sure that your noise textures are set to 4D, and connect the randomness of the object info node to every single noise texture or any texture that is on the farthest side. I've also decided to randomize the colors, so every time you duplicate the object, it would create a different color. So with the mix RGB, add in a color ramp and then select the selected colors. I chose red, yellow and blue, and connect that to the first color slot of your mix RGB. After that, take your object info node, drag the randomness and connect it to the factor of your color ramp. That way every time you duplicate the object, it will generate a different. So yeah, that's the basic node setup. With this you can generate rust automatically, and also the roughness, everything is automatic. You don't have to tweak every single setting. And yeah, afterwards I took a couple of days to refine the shader a bit more, and I was able to make it so that you can control everything using color ramps. So you can control the roughness, specular, clear coat, and how far the rust and paint mix together, along with the bump map. You know, it's really cool. So I was able to make it so that every time you just move one color ramp for the bump, it would actually react with everything else, meaning it will change where the color is along with where the rust is, and the roughness. So everywhere that there's rust, it won't be shiny, it's gonna be rougher than the surface of the paint, which is so cool. It's really just a neat little shader if you want to make rust procedurally. And because of that, I decided to put the full Blender file on my Patreon. So if you want the full file, including the more advanced node setup that I've made, you can get it on my Patreon page under the $1 tier, and just play around with it. Use it for your stuff. Have a bit more control when you're making rust. And yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. Hope you liked it, and yeah, the files are available on my Patreon, patreon.com/oneaspiringartist. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. By the way, if this video sounds a bit weird, other than the fact that I didn't know what I was doing while making this shader, I was just following my gut. I'm also recording this audio at 3 AM, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit janky.